Hey there, it's Anthony from the Beta Network, and today we're checking out Hot Pursuit Remastered, along with some side-by-side footage, review commentary by me, and what's been changed from the 2010 original. The name Hot Pursuit sums up this game perfectly. Competing drivers hope to win their races just as much as the police want to see them in chains. The awesome part is that you'll experience both sides of the law, playing as the illegal street racers and police. It's a simple setup with no real fleshed out story or characters at play, but man, is it not addictive. The first thing you'll notice when driving in Hot Pursuit is how intuitive and arcadey the controls are. Driving hyper fast down highways and cornering with fancy sports cars is super fun and accessible, even for casual racing fans. If you mess up a turn or another car rams you off the road, a quick surge of NOS will have you placed right back in the fray. It's all about staying ahead as the street racers, utilizing shortcuts and driving dangerously into oncoming traffic as the gorgeous scenery flies by, unappreciated. Those intense near misses and close control situations raise your career mode notoriety and NOS gauge in tandem. Whilst on the other hand, the police are looking to stop any speedy lawbreakers in their tracks with whatever means necessary. And it gets real crazy bonkers the more drivers are clumped up, often leading to some hilarious results. The interplay between these two approaches is finely tuned. Both sides can use spike strips, EMP blasts, and more to sabotage their opponents, or just straight up take them out, Burnout style. There isn't an incentive to wildly crash into oncoming traffic or fly off ramps into oblivion like in Burnout though. This game's more about racing extremely fast with item-based elements thrown in the mix. Kinda similar to Mario Kart if you really strip it down. Minus the cops, of course. If you're enjoying this video so far, make sure you hit that subscribe button and press all on the bell notifications. The more subscriptions we get from viewers like yourself, the more we can grow, and the more content we can deliver straight to your YouTube homepage. Thanks for your support. I found it intriguing how specific shortcuts may not gain the potential time desired. Because if your car's ill-suited for off-road surfaces, then it's better to stay on the main racetracks for superior grip. When a driver does eventually get wiped out in a collision, you'll bear witness to a Fast and Furious-esque slow motion sequence where car parts and pieces shoot off in all different directions. These slow-mo events also occur in other scenarios, like when police reinforcements appear. My only issue is that, during these sequences, since the AI takes over your vehicle, every now and then they'll move you into some really awkward spots. Upon restart, you'll be next in line for a crash or a missed turn at the very least, costing those vital seconds. That being the case, the AI will occasionally clear through an otherwise impossible obstacle in your path. It's very hit and miss. The unlockable cars in both career mode and from playing online are pretty sweet though. From Lamborghinis to Audi, Aston Martins, Porsche, and more. These higher tier vehicles are subsequently separated into a class system from 1 to 5 for everyone competing. Those involved then have to select from the same class in order to participate. It's set up like this so no one gains an unfair advantage, racing in models that vastly outperform their own. All these cars are available for both racers and cops too, the more you complete missions and earn bounty points around the map. Extra points are awarded the better you perform in the game's 100 or so missions. The autolog system complements this by repeatedly displaying your friend's high scores over and over, prompting you to topple them via an option in the main menu. It's a little odd how they put this much effort into showing your friend's scores, but then not implementing any type of traditional worldwide leaderboard. Nevertheless, the cops have a variety of tactical assets at their disposal when chasing down rival street racers. The aforementioned spike strips have you overtaking an opponent and placing it rather kindly in their path, while the EMPs activate a couple seconds after staying in line behind your target. The two exclusive features for the police include dispatching a helicopter with spike strips if they stray too far away, or setting up a roadblock to throw off your opponent. These roadblocks are particularly difficult obstacles to avoid, especially when drivers are in full flight. On the opposite side of the law, races contain jammers, which can cause the cops' equipment to become temporarily unusable, or rip out an extra turbo option for a quick burst of pace on top of their available nitrous. All these tactical selections are balanced surprisingly well, each having an appropriate time and place for optimal performance. As there's only a limited amount of equipment on hand, knowing when to use them is crucial. When low on resources, you could just try and run your target off the map or ram them into submission, but cars will need 3 or 4 brutal knocks before they finally bow out. That being said, since no two races are alike, it's best to familiarize yourself with the loadouts assigned to the D-pad, recognizing which works best for you and your playstyle. What's really cool is that when your opponent gets an equipment upgrade, the opposition does as well, keeping that sense of balance in check. The AI drivers themselves remain a decent challenge throughout the game and will attack you in a variety of ways. If you're chasing a cop, they'll often wait till the last possible moment to turn off for a shortcut, making you work harder for that satisfying busted screen upon capture. They can be tricky to stop sometimes, but overall, it's not the most difficult racing game out there. Since most missions are only 2 to 3 minutes long, you can quickly restart to remedy your last result. Now, in terms of what's being added in Hot Pursuit Remastered, unfortunately, there's not much, to be honest. There's crossplay support for all platforms, which is nice, and there's an extra 30 missions, including all the original DLC and the 2 multiplayer modes, Arms Race, as well as Most Wanted. But besides the slightly enhanced visuals, that's all we're getting from EA. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit's gameplay is still as fast and energetic as ever. The sheer chaos of racing or taking down drivers at top speeds will have you hooked for hours on end. Combine that with the excellent arcade-like controls, a pumping, licensed soundtrack, and diverse visuals that really pop out of the screen, and the final result is a racing formula that'll keep you craving more and more. Guys, if you enjoyed this vid, click that like button down below. And as always, if you haven't yet done so, press subscribe and the bell icon next to it so you won't miss an upload. For more on Hot Pursuit, visit thebetanetwork.net and check back Tuesday for our podcast, episode 44, where the team will dive even further into Hot Pursuit. We're on all your favorite podcast sites, so check all those links out in the description. See you guys in the next video.